And we're back for another 6-inch Black Series figure review. Today I'm doing the next figure in the line, which is number 33, Sabine Wren from the TV show Rebels. Now I have watched the show, although I'm not up to date with all the latest episodes actually, but yeah, I am aware of this character and was kind of interested in how they were going to pull this off. Of course, translating a character from the cartoon, which is very kind of stylized, into a more realistic style is challenging. So, it's definitely interesting to see what they did and the approaches that they took here. As I say, this is number 33, and on the back it says, Sabine Wren was a Mandalorian warrior, explosives expert, and talented graffiti artist. Qualities that came in handy as one of the first to rebel against the Empire. So she comes with a fair number of accessories compared to the ones we've been looking at recently. So let's go ahead and open her up and see what she looks like. So my first impression here is that there's a lot going on with this figure, both in terms of the number of accessories she comes with and the general paint job and paint scheme. The number of colors is also pretty high. So let's take a look at each of these parts one by one here. We got, starting with the accessories, she comes with 2 blasters that fit into her holsters here. The blasters themselves are basically just, well, pretty much just silver colored. Although it looks like there might be a gray plastic that's been dry brushed with a silver to give it a little bit more two-dimensionality, I think. Or three-dimensionality, I guess I should say. And she also comes with this, which I had to look up to make sure because I couldn't remember, but this is actually her paint sprayer. Kind of a futuristic spray can. And, of course, her helmet, which is... Well, let's get a closer look at the helmet first of all. It's painted pretty well, I think, with a variety of colors. It has a rangefinder that does kind of move down, although it has a tendency to go back, it seems. Look at that. But it does move. As far as I can tell, it's supposed to move. And if we remove the helmet, which is quite tight on her, and I will say I appreciate the fact that it's not super oversized. A lot of these helmets that are wearable on figures tend to be oversized, but that does mean that it's rather tight on her. However, if we look at the face, there are some issues, namely her eyes. They are horrible. Well, let's look at let's start with the hair. Sabine has a very unique hair color and hairstyle, kind of gradient from one color into the other. They've done an okay job of replicating that, not fantastic. But in terms of her face paint, man, she looks like some kind of zombie or something. I don't know. The one pupil is definitely wonky. And overall, it just looks really crappy, and that's really kind of sad because if you look on the rest of the figure, look how intricate the designs on the armor are. Look at that. Now, I assume that these are, done with some kind of a applique, transfer or something, or else it's, they have these kind of molds, I guess. I don't know if you call them a mold, but a thing that'll, well, it's basically a stencil, I guess you'd say, that will allow people to paint things like this relatively easily. They don't do it by hand, obviously, and maybe that's the problem. Maybe they are doing the eyes by hand, and it, just isn't working out. But it's a shame because the rest of the figure, I would say, is really, really good. A lot of paint applications. I mean, there's this spatter, I guess, is the way it's supposed to be. I don't know if that's meant to be I guess it's meant to be replicating, you know, all the splattered paint from her graffiti and whatnot. But, you know, it looks good. But it all sort of falls apart when you get to her face, which is unfortunate. However, I mean, at least you do have the helmet. And I don't know. I guess I can display her with the helmet, or I can try and fix the eyes. It's a bit of a shame, especially when you're buying this kind of thing online. You can't check to see, you know, how they look. Although realistically, the way the distribution is with these figures, it's not very likely that I would have found multiples that I could compare the paint jobs with anyway. So it is what it is. I thought we'd do a little quick comparison with the other ones that they've made from Rebels. We have, of course, Ahsoka Tano and good old Kanan. I think they look quite good together. I'm interested to see. I'm not sure if they have other ones planned for Rebels. I imagine they probably do. I haven't really been keeping up on this. Maybe you can let me know in the comments. But I would certainly be interested in filling out the main ranks of the you know, the cast. I would particularly like to see a Hera figure because you know, I like Twi'leks, and she seems to be a little bit ignored compared to the rest of the cast as well. So, in any case, this one, I think probably the figure is fine, and more or less, you know, if you can find one with good eyes, I would say it's a really good figure. Mine, I'm a little dissatisfied with, but still, with the helmet on, looks great. Come back soon for another 6-inch figure review. Thanks for watching.